Hello everyone, this is Omkar Deshpande. Welcome you back for the online business study online classes. So in the previous class, we have started with the fifth module, that is the fifth topic, emerging modes of business. In that we have covered introduction part. In the introductory part, we have learned the few things like digitalization and as well as outsourcing. So these are the new concept which we have going to learn under this topic. And after that, we have started with the what is e-business, electronic business, electronic commerce, regarding details about it. Later scope of e-businesses like B2B, B2C, so intra B2C. So like that, these are the things are there which we have studied it out. In the later part, in the sir has covered the merits and demerits of the e-businesses. Okay, so these are the things which we have covered it. And today's class we are going to cover the further part and the next concept, that is online transactions. Now what is this online transactions? So before I start with this, what is this online transaction, you people are aware about the generation of business, how it is been conducted. Purely everything is been digitalized. When it is been digitalized, means by using the electronical networks, by using the internet services, now business activities are conducted. So the presently the when it comes to traditionally business, people used to go to market, they are going to search which product they want, where it is, they used to search, they used to bargain it, and they used to buy it out. This is how the market was, this is how the business was conducted traditionally. Okay, and you people know about it. But when it comes to the modern businesses nowadays, the how the business activities are conducted, it's purely e-businesses are conducted. Like how you on the fingertip, you have the mobile, you have the apps like Amazon, Flipkart, you're going to order it out and you're going to get the goods in the your house only, and there only you make a payment. So this is how the trend is getting changed. Trends are getting changed. Now presently we are seeing in coming upcoming days how this will get changed. We cannot just imagine it out. So this is what about emerging modes of business, what emerging new things are going on in the business, which we are going to understand it. In that, in today's class we are going to study about online transactions. When it comes to the online transactions, online transaction is a payment method in which the transfer of fund or money happens online over electronical fund transfer. Now this online transaction, in the sense what, through by using electronical or internet device, you are going to online order the goods, you are going to search it out, you are going to order it out, you are going to place the order, and you are going to make a payment on these all. Everything will take place through online transaction by using the networks, by using the internet services. For example, if you see ATM machine, I hope you know ATM machine. So what all ATM machine does, first thing is about it accepts in the form of deposits, which we are going to deposit. The next, it withdrawal facilities will be given, mini statements like balance inquiry which will be given. So fund transfer will also take place from that. So like that, what happened, many from ATM one machine we can do multiple kinds of things, even this covered in online transactions. And when we go to supermarket, we make a payment by using the debit cards and credit cards, it's very common now. So these are the things are there what it happens. So these all are called as the online transactions. So in the next, we'll study steps involved in online transaction. What are those steps are involved in the online transaction? So before I go with into the explanation what that part is there, you just imagine when you have downloaded the apps like Amazon or Flipkart, the first thing what you are going to do, from Play Store you are going to download it out. After downloading, what you does, you will fill some information will be given in the form of registration. You are going to do it out. Once you have registered it out, the next part is about, you will display the entire app. When you will open it out, you will get a detail about the product, which all products you have, and among that you are going to place it, select it out. When you will select it out, you will put it in a shopping cart. Then after putting that, you can place an order, then the product will reach to you person, and you make a payment with different. So all these things is going to work it out, but we'll learn these all things, you people know about it, but we are going to understand in detail how exactly it does. Okay, so the first is about registration. When you are going to do this online transaction, the first one is about registration. Now what is this registration? Registration means before online shopping, one has to register with the online vendor by filling up our registration form. So before you want to purchase the goods, first do the online transaction. First thing, you have to register it out to the vendor, the person from whom you want to buy it, the from the which company you are going to buy for. There first you have to make a registration. By registration is by filling the forms, the all the details, name, address, Aadhaar card number, mobile number, so many things will be there where you are going to enter it out. Okay, now registration means that you have an account with the online vendor. Once you register, now your account will be with them. For example, if you see the JioMart app is there, Amazon is there, Flipkart is there, you have the account with them, so your details will be with the vendors, those who you want to do the transactions. This is what about registration. Now those people will be having your information. Next, second, placing an order. Once you have completed the process of registration, next you can place an order. But how you are going to place an order? You can pick and drop the items in the shopping cart, whichever you want. You are going to select it out. As soon as when you select, that will go to the shopping cart. Then shopping cart is a online records of what you have picked up with while borrowing the online stores. Whatever you have selected, once it go to the shopping cart, that means you have selected all those goods and that record will be with a vendor. Okay, this is how you are going to place an order. Then after that placing an order, you are going to go with a payment mechanism. When you will go with a payment mechanism, which all kinds of a payment mechanism are there, and so far how much you people know about it. You people know about cash on delivery, debit card, credit card. So those all things are there. Apart from that, there are few things are there which you have to study it under this head. Okay, now payment for the purchase through online shopping may be done in a number of ways. Which are those? Let us see the first one, cash on delivery. Second is check. Third is net banking transfer. And fourth is credit or debit card. Also that one more thing is there which recently it has been added, that is digitalized cash. Those all the things we have to study in detail. First we'll go with the cash on delivery. A very simple to understand cash on delivery. As soon as when you place an order, the vendor, he is going to give the goods to you. He is going to deliver the goods. When he is going to deliver the goods, that goods will reach to your place. When it will reach to your place or your house, that time you are going to see the product and you will make a payment. This is what about the cash on delivery. As is clear from the name, payment from the goods ordered online may be made in cash at a time of physical delivery of goods. When physically goods is delivered to your place, you are going to make it payment. That is called as cash on delivery. The second is check. Now what is check? Generally you people saw the check, because if you did not saw it, please today ask your parent to show how the check will be there. Okay, I hope everyone know about it. Okay, but check is an alternative the online vendor may arrange for the pickup of the check from the customer's end. Upon registration, the delivery of the goods may be made. So here what happened when it comes to the check, through check also you can make the payment. If you want to make a payment to any other person like vendor, you want to make payment, you can issue the check. After giving the check, once the amount is created, he can deliver the goods. However, according to their rules and regulation is there, according to that they does it out. But the problem is that the immediate payment, it may not happen when it comes to the check. It requires certain time to make the transactions. Okay, but check is one of the way where the payment is being done. So the next is about net banking transfer. What is this now? Net banking transfer. So modern banks provide you their customers the facility of electronical transfer of funds over the net. So now net banking transfer in the sense was by using electronical device like internet services, you can transfer the fund from one account to another account, one bank to another bank. So these all the facilities which comes under the net banking transfer. By using the net banking transfer, you can make the college exam fees, you can pay it out, you can purchase the goods, and you can through that also you can make the payment. So many through net banking transfer, many transactions now we are taking place. This is one of the method where we can make the payment directly to one's account to another account. Directly we can make the payment to another by fund transfer method. Okay, so this is what about net banking transfer. Next is credit or debit card, and you people know about it, and some of the students might be you also use also debit card and credit card also, but this is the most frequent and most popular form of making the payment nowadays. If you go to petrol bunk also, you fill the petrol and you swap the card. You'll go to shopping mart and you'll there also card swapping will be done. So like that, what happened here, the most of the thing that is, it is also called as a plastic money, which is used as a credit card and debit card to make a payment, popularly referred to as a plastic money. These cards are most widely used medium for online transaction. In fact, about 95% of the online consumer transactions are executed with the credit card. Credit card allows it holder to make the purchase on credit. Now if you study in detail, there are two things are there. One is credit card, another one is debit card. If you see the debit card in the sense what, already you have the certain amount in your account. When you will swap it out, automatically your amount is going to be deducted. This is what about the debit card, what it does. But when it comes to credit card, what happens, you are going to go on purchasing the goods. At the end of the month, whatever certain amount total bill will be coming, that bill you are going to pay it out. Like how this one electricity bill will be coming, water bill will be coming, every month it will be coming. So like that, through credit card also we use it out. We'll get a goods on credit. At the end of the month, whatever the bill comes, we have to pay it to our respective banks. Okay, so this is how credit and debit card works. When you do the transaction, it will be on a credit, the banker will pay it out, but later you have to give it to the banks. This is how credit and debit card works it out. The next is digital cash. So this is a new form of cash transactions nowadays taking place, where here it what happen, physically cash will be not there. Through digitalized they make a payment. This is a form of electronic currency that exists only in cyberspace. So this type of currency has no real physical property. Physical existence will not take place, but offers the ability to use the real currency in an electronic format. Through electronical format, through digitalization, they make a payment. That's what about digital cash. Okay, after studying this one, now let us study what are the difference between traditional business and e-businesses. If I ask you one question, list out any 5 differences between traditional business and e-business. Traditional business in the sense of, let in 19th century, 18th century, how the businesses was done, and now the 20th century, the modern business which we are seeing through electronical mode, e-commerces, e-businesses, by using internet services we conduct the business. So what are the list of the 5 difference? If I ask you this question, what will be the your answer apart from all these points given? If any different answers if you people find, please on the comment box you can mention it out. Otherwise you have the contact number of us where you can message and tell me. Okay, message and inform us. Okay, message and you can tell me. But these are the what are the differences, what it is given, traditional business and e-businesses. Okay, it's very in general form. The first thing is about easy of formation. Which is a easy to form, whether traditional or e-businesses? If you see the traditional business, it is difficult to form this business because traditionally it requires the more fund, and formation is becoming bit more complicated when it comes to traditional business. But e-business formation is easily done. It can be done very easily. If you see the traditionally business, the person who want to start the business, long period of time it used to take, but when it comes to by using the internet service, anyone now they are conducting the businesses, so it's very easy to form. Next, physical appearances. When it comes to physical appearances, the people involved in transaction must be present physically. When it comes to traditional business, physically they need to be present, whereas in e-business the physical presence of the people is not required. Here it is not at all required. The next, need of establishment. For raw material and product market is required. For raw material or the product market it is required. Traditional business it has to be required. But when it comes to e-businesses, no such requirement is there. Here there's no such requirements is required. Okay, when it comes to capital required. When it comes to capital required, the capital for which more capital is required. For traditional business, capital is more required because lot of human power will be there. There are a lot of marketing activity, sales activity. For everything they are going to use the human resources. For that said, investment will become more. But when it comes to e-businesses, here the physical appearance is very less, where through electronical device or through internet services we will conduct the business. So like that, the capital required is not much as compared with the traditional business. Less capital is required. Next, personal contact with the commerce. So the relations are established through intermediary. Here in traditional business, more to more intermediaries will be there. Through them only the transactions will be done. But when it comes to the e-businesses, direct relation is established here. They will maintain the direct relation. They will contact directly and they make a transaction in that. Okay. So the next is about the nature of existence. When it comes to nature of existence, traditional business, it require more time for internal extractions when it comes to extension. So internally it is required, more time is required when it comes to the traditional business, whereas it happens easily in this. Okay, in e-businesses it's not much time is required, less time is required. Availability of hierarchy. According to hierarchy, the proceeding reaches from top to middle to bottom level to the manager. So it has a levels, like top management will take a decision, they will inform to middle level management, and middle level inform to the bottom level. So like that, the certain time is taking, the hierarchy they are going to follow it. But when it comes to the e-businesses, it does not include any hierarchy. There is no particular hierarchy here. One-on-one connections will be done, one-on-one only they are interacting it out. Okay, the nature of organizational structure. The structure is not felt here. Any structure is not felt here, but structure is felt when it comes to the e-businesses. Personal touch, which is having more personal touch. Traditional business, the chance of personal touch is more, because here they directly go to customer, they speak it out, they talk with them, they inform what they required, what is not required. So everything will be done through directly. But when it comes to e-businesses, it is done indirectly, whereas directly we cannot see who is a customer. See, now when you buy any goods from Amazon, Amazon owner doesn't know about who are you, but only he knows about the goods you have ordered it out and he is going to give. So like that, what happens? Some indirectly it will happen. So the chance of personal touch is less. And next is the chance of sampling. Such chances are more before sales. Before the sales, you need to give more samples. These things will take place, whereas such chances are less here when it comes to the e-businesses. So this was a small part which was there, difference between the traditional business and e-business, which we have covered it out. These are the points are there. Apart from this, if you any points, if you find it out, any differences, any list out it out, please you can comment it in कमेंट बॉक्स में आप लिख के भी सेंड कर सकते हो, या फिर हमारा कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर है वहाँ पर भी आप मेंशन करके ये कर सकते हो. ओके, आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड दिस थिंग. ओके, थैंक यू.